Have you seen him? Have you have you seen this orange buffoon? I posted this video as part of a longer video I did on the main channel, but I wanted to play it again here real quick. Uh, I didn't talk about how he looked in that other video, but I can't help but notice how he looks. Let's take a look at this.
All we want is voter ID. You go to a grocery store, you have to give ID. You go to a gas station, you give ID.
What the hell's with Grandpa Puffy Eyes? Good Lord. What's going on there? I swear, he looks like if you just closed his eyes and you put a green wig on him, he would look like a dead Oompa Loompa who's been out in the sun for, at least a day or two, and he's just starting to swell. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with this guy's health, and I don't know that these puffy eyes are any indication of anything going on with his health. Maybe they just had to wake him up before dragging him out to this thing. I don't know. I do know that they're lying to us about his health. Of that, I am 100% convinced. What they are covering up, I don't know. Whether this dead Oompa Loompa puffy eye thing has anything to do with any medical condition that they're covering up, I don't know. But, I mean, he's had 2 annual physicals inside of 6 months. That's not typical, and those aren't annual physicals. Those are semi-annual physicals. And we were also told that on his last annual physical, he had an MRI, which isn't typical. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're covering up, but the guy doesn't look good. And here's the thing, too, that I've noticed. Sometimes he seems like he's on the verge of death. Like, not kidding. Like, sometimes I see video of this guy and I'm thinking, okay, TikTok, he does not have much time left. And then like a day or two later, he's seemingly full of energy. So I don't know what the hell's going on. It could be, because this is a real thing where, with some older people, especially when they're, going downhill fast, they have good days and then they have bad days, right? Most of the time, the days are bad, but then every once in a while, they perk up and it's like, wow, they're like they were 20 years ago. And I don't know, maybe that's what's going on with Trump. He's just going downhill and he's fucking old and out of shape and not well. And, on most days he looks like the dead Oompa Loompa, and you're just counting the minutes and you're placing bets. How long does he have? And then a day or two later, it's like, holy shit, maybe he isn't going to die. So maybe it's that. Or maybe, and I've heard this also, maybe he's hopped up on drugs. When you see him like that, and he seems to have all this energy, because as I said, some people have said this, going all the way back to his days on The Apprentice. People said that this guy was, hopped up on some sort of friggin' drugs. I don't know. I really don't. But I know that this man is not friggin' well. And one way or another, maybe we'll be surprised, but I don't see him around for very long. That doesn't mean he won't finish out his term. He shouldn't finish out his term. Whether he lives long enough to finish out his term is a different question. But he shouldn't finish out his term. He should be impeached and removed from office before his term expires. Isn't that a hopeful thought? Not saying that's gonna happen, but you know what? I've been arguing in favor of that since, from the beginning, and I've not given up on it, even though every time I bring it up, most people seem to say, oh, that'll never happen. I wonder what people think now after the election on Tuesday. Because I know a lot of people are feeling much more optimistic about the future. And, he's destroying everything. The economy is just going downhill. Most Americans, the overwhelming majority of Americans, think this country is headed in the wrong direction. And if things continue this way, the generic ballot for Congress, you're going to vote for the Republican or Democrat. Democrats right now have an 8-point advantage, according to the latest NBC poll. If things keep going in this direction, the midterms could be a huge landslide victory for Democrats. If so, that could change the whole political landscape and this the possibility of doing what rightfully should be done, and that is impeaching and removing this criminal from office, may be a lot more possible this time next year, after the election. We'll see. But I don't know. Who the hell knows what's going on with this friggin' guy? Anyway, thanks for watching.